Namaskar. What is spiritual awakening? How would I know if I'm going through such a process? And what are the stages of awakening? Let's address the first question. What is spiritual awakening? This is a misunderstood term. Spirit means something which is beyond physical, beyond body, beyond mind, something which cannot be perceived through mind, which your eyes cannot see, your five senses cannot feel, which even your mind cannot think of, which is outside the boundary of mind's capacity. That's what is the real meaning of spirit. Now, that's also a misunderstood term because there are many meanings of spirits available. We're not talking about all those meanings. That's why we encourage that there is no need to try to understand anything through words or concepts, because if you will think on those terms, then the real meaning will fade away, and the only thing which will remain is the concept, which itself, by very definition, anything which can be said about spirituality is not spirituality, because how can you say something about an aspect which mind cannot perceive? So most spiritual talks, books and everything are mere pointers through which mind can be convinced to be kept aside, so that reality can be perceived beyond the mental lens, the psychological lens, the activity of the mind. Only when mind is in rest, the direct perception is possible. That's what is meditation. You are allowing the mind to rest so that direct perception can appear. So whomsoever claims that I know about spirituality, technically that cannot be true, because spirituality in real sense is something which cannot be talked about. There is no language which can really talk about it. No words can ever express it. In Indian scriptures also, after trying to give all types of pointers, the last words were neti neti, neither this nor that, to give a clear signal that whatever is written or whatever has been expressed, that's not it. These are just pointers. Don't assume that it is a concept which mind can understand. Use these pointers, fall into deep meditative state. That's when the reality will be expressed. And even those who go through that, they cannot ever express what happened, or what is this realization, what is this reality. It cannot be expressed through words. So mind is incapable of understanding it. But yes, many people make all this as if it's a concept. So, what is awakening? You can understand with this example that assume as if all this is a dream. All these are dream characters, different billions of people. All these are characters in this cosmic dream, and the witnesser of the whole dream is one. Awakening means waking up from this dream. That's why the word awakening is used. Awaken from what? So it is also a pointer that, are you sure you're not sleeping? Are you sure you're not dreaming? Are you really awake? So this is also a pointer. This is not it. I cannot express. But yes, this can be a powerful pointer. This gives the opportunity that you really question this and allow the mind to rest, just like it happens in deep sleep. And then the real witnesser of the dream, the whole dream, the witnesser of this dream body, this dream surroundings, and this dream mind which is letting you believe that the dream is real. The mind's job is to keep the attention engaged in this dream all the time, except in deep sleep, where mind itself is absent. So in a way, in deep sleep, you are in your pure form, just as pure awareness. You're not even conscious that you exist or not. You're not aware of this dream surroundings, this dream body, this dream mind, memories, thoughts. Nothing is there in deep sleep. But there is a feel of awareness. That's why if there would be any loud sound, the consciousness will return, the mind will return, the dream surroundings, the dream body will return. But what was there before that? When there was no dream surrounding, when there was no dream body, when there was no dream mind, when there was no story, there was no past, there was no concept of time or space, when you were in deep sleep, because you were still there. Only mind was sleeping, only mind was resting, because mind needs this rest. Otherwise it will malfunction. It cannot function to its full capacity if it does not get rest, it does not get sleep. Whether rest is through deep sleep or through meditation or any process, mind craves for this rest. Just like any equipment, if it is used day in, day out, then there is a possibility of the equipment getting overheated and malfunction. Similarly, mind needs this rest. So, going beyond the mind, perceiving the reality as it is, that's what is awakening. But there is no need to believe in concepts. There is no need to believe in anything what you have heard so far, read so far, or whatever we are saying here. Just keep your mind open and inquire more and more. Then there might be a possibility in this so-called future. Because in absolute reality, time is an illusion. Time only exists till the time mind is there. In deep sleep, there is no concept of time for you. So, how do I know if I am going through such a process, spiritual awakening? And what are the stages? Well, it's not just about spiritual process, it's about life. All the creatures, all the living beings, they are basically following their instincts. It's like in this dream, these characters are given some instincts and they are following it. Humans have this additional capacity to intellectually try to understand and question. That's also called cognitive function. But if you look at humans also, they are also following the instincts. Whether it is related to survival, whether it is about desire, fear, as per the conditioning of the mind. So it's a wide spectrum that if the mind is involved in just the survival process, that's one end of the spectrum. It does not care about what is spirituality, what is meditation, what is this or that. It has some desires, it has to do something for survival. It doesn't care, and that's fine, because mind is in that stage where it does not want to understand things. It just wants certain desires to be fulfilled. It wants protection for itself and for family. A stage comes when survival is not enough. That's one step further, wherein mind also wants to enjoy different experiences of life, it's not just about food and reproduction or sexual desires. It is more than that. Then gradually, when we move towards the other end of the spectrum, a stage may come wherein mind gets interested in artistic things, music, art, and other experiences. Now it wants to enjoy life. It's not just about survival. Gradually, mind wants to find happiness in different objects. It starts looking outward in experiences and people. It tries to find the meaning, the happiness. Then a stage may come wherein the mind starts a transition from being selfish to selfless. Till now, in all these stages, mind just wanted things for itself, or immediate family members or loved ones. So it was kind of selfish so far. It was all about me or our people. But gradually, mind starts feeling fulfillment, satisfaction by helping others. Then a stage may come wherein mind becomes so selfless that it is not doing good things for others just for fame or appreciation or any hidden motive, but just for the sense of selflessness, wherein when you're involved in these services, you forget about yourself and it's about the others. You're doing things for others. This is a beautiful stage because here you start experiencing that sense of bliss inside, which is not coming from outside. It's not because you're doing some activity or doing some good work. It's coming from within because whatever you were doing, whatever your body was doing, your mind was involved in, you forgot about yourself. Because whenever you have felt happiness in your life so far, it was only when you were not conscious of yourself. You are not conscious of your identifications or ego. Maybe for a few seconds. That's what substances also do. Whether it is alcohol, drugs, or anything. Whatever you were going through, you forget about everything for some time. And you feel a sense of relief. Why? Because the weight of the psychological drama is lifted for a few moments and you feel a relief. That happens during sexual intercourse also. That's why you feel good, because you forget about yourself for some time. You're not there for a few seconds, and that's so relieving. That's what happens when you hear some very soothing music, or you see a beautiful piece of art, or you see a beautiful person, or you see a beautiful scenery or sunrise or forest or anything. That sense of wonder also brings this opening, this opportunity where you forget about yourself for some time, for a few seconds maybe. In the previous stages, you were seeking happiness outside in objects, but in this stage wherein you are doing things selflessly, then this opening becomes more accessible. This opportunity of losing yourself. The sense of self starts to expand. It's not limited to your own body. You become all-inclusive. And that's when the point comes wherein a realization happens that you exist. This idea that this story is true is just a concept of mine. It's just an idea. You exist might be just a thought. It might be just mind's illusion. Maybe all this is a dream. And when the direct perception dawns upon you, then there are no intellectual concepts. There is a direct perception, a pure awareness without any contamination of thoughts or concepts or ideas or conditioning of the mind. That's what is described as awakening. It cannot be expressed in words. These are all just pointers to try to point towards something which cannot be expressed in words. Metaphorically, you can say that realizing that what you were considering as real, as you, the sense of self, was just a dream character created by the mind, the dream mind, which itself is not real. And then you do not take your mind very seriously. You go through the dream, you play the character, but you're not taking the stories too seriously. You're just playing the role. And now unpleasant situations in the dream cannot bother you. They cannot disturb your peace, regardless of how unpleasant it is. There can be pain in the body, but there will be no suffering. There can be unpleasant situations, but there will be no suffering. Because now you see dream as dream, the dream character as a dream character, the dream mind as a dream mind, wherein none of this is true, where the thoughts are not real, the concepts are not real. These are just shadows. So yeah, it's there, but you cannot call it real. So that's the awakening, and these are the stages. Namaskar.